Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out well because they're drilling next door. The cup. They're drilling. So I could abandon this in a huff because I was coming on 15 minutes ago. I was just about to hit the stream button and they started drilling and it put me off. But here we are now. It's coffee time. I'm on the Daily Mail website, so you don't have to go there. Top story, Netflix has dropped the trailer for the Harry and Meghan documentary. Do you really care? Does anyone care about entitled people complaining about their lives? About their entitled people complaining about their entitlement? Mind you, this is a good one. This is, again, what would you'd say? Is it X Factor or is it Britain's Got Talent? I don't know. Simon Cowell. He posted a video to social media, and people have said, "Oh my God, what has happened to him?" That's that is what you call surgery. It's called cosmetic surgery, and this is what he used to look like. Vanity. I mean, he has lost weight, but I think he's had some fillers done, hasn't he? He's had some fillers done because you can't grow old gracefully anymore. Exactly, no more. Meanwhile, they reckon Mark Seed, he's a community worker with 20 years experience. He's saying that people are having so much trouble with the cost of living crisis that British families are eating pet food. He was talking on the. This is what he's saying. It's like some people are eating pet food or using the radiator to eat their food. Well, two things there. One, pet food is more expensive than some regular human food, so I don't know what pet food they're eating. And two, you can't warm up food on a radiator. It'll fall through the holes. That's ridiculous. I think he's making it up. I really do. But yeah, look, we're all fucked. And here's some pictures of dog food. Mind you, it looks kind of tasty, I must admit. It looks kind of tasty. It's just the gristly bits, isn't it? It's the gristly bits, yeah, but don't eat dog food. And don't try and warm it up on the radiator. Ah, dear. Meanwhile, the man-child is real, apparently. Did you know that? The man-child is real. Experts in Australia and Canada have quizzed more than 1,000 women in their relationship with men. And many of them agreed that they were actually with a man-child, somebody that required them to look after them. And they got less sex, apparently. Because the man-child is less attractive. Yeah. This is the headline from the site, the original website. Is your partner a man-child? No wonder you don't feel like sex. There you go. So what else have we got? I guess this will be court news. I guess this is the story of Giovanna Drago. Here she is. I guess she's going to court. And what's she up to? Oh, do tell. I will. She's suing her local council for £30,000 in what some are saying is a landmark case. Because she had an accident and she broke her leg when she hit a pothole. Thing is she was riding illegally on an e-scooter, because e-scooters aren't legal. And this was a pothole in Barnet in North London in October 2020, and it took over 20 months to recover from injuries. But yeah, she told Central London County Court She had no chance to avoid the pothole because it was dusk and hard to see, and she's suing the London Borough of Barnet for failing to maintain the road. Well, I understand her issues. I mean, round here, round here, what are they doing? They are replacing the curbstones when there are massive, great holes in the road. I don't know why. It's like a patchwork quilt. When they do repair it, they don't actually repair the entire road. But yeah, again, I don't know if you're familiar, but there's the e-scooter isn't allowed on the road. It's only allowed on private property. Even though you see many people around, they are driving illegally, and they can have their scooters seized by Her Majesty's Plod. But we do have an Instagram pic, excuse me, for the dads of Mrs. Drago. I wonder if she must be married to that guy from the Rocky films, wasn't it? That's it's Dolph Lundgren. He was Drago, wasn't he? But yeah, let's see if she wins her case. I'll be shocked if she does, because, well, I guess she was breaking the law herself. But would there be any? How would the law flop on this? I don't know. It's fascinating. What else have we got? Oh, don't want that. You'll get used to it. I knew it'd happen. I'm just going to mute the sound whenever it happens. But here's a story. If you think your father's bad, at least your dad wasn't Osama bin Laden, right? Yeah. Omar bin Laden has been applying for a visa because he wants to live in the UK. Of course he does. Here he is with his wife, who's British. I think you can see the family resemblance. He's been revealing what it was like living with one of the world's most notorious men, and here he is, pictured with his dad. But the big take from this, right, is you'll get used to it. The big take from this is that Omar is the fourth son of Osama, who's 41 and currently living in Normandy. He was traumatised because his father tested his chemical weapons on the boy's pet dogs. Yeah, Osama bin Laden gassed my puppies. That's the big take. That's the big take. I shouldn't have to put up with this, you know. I should be a proper YouTuber. Do you think they've stopped? I don't think so. Now? Do you think they've stopped now? Nope, they haven't stopped. They're still carrying on. This is going to be very difficult. Meanwhile, in China, Xi Jinping, not Winnie the Pooh, appears to be buckling because there have been nationwide protests over his draconian zero COVID policies, and Beijing is beginning to signal that it's going to relax the strict lockdowns that they've been enforcing. It looks like a U-turn, an unprecedented U-turn by Xi, because his officials begin to hint that the zero COVID policy might be relaxed. Again, we're still waiting for it to be fully confirmed, but it looks like he's thawing. And again, any resemblance between him and Winnie the Pooh is purely coincidental. So I just bleeped it then. I blocked it out. It's just. Meanwhile, I'm suffering here. I'm suffering. All morning they've had to do this. All morning. It's like they know. You've heard of the Elgin marbles being returned, but now the Egyptians want the Rosetta Stone returned. Yeah. Just give it all back. Just give everything back. Yeah. No. Sad news though. Fleetwood Mac singer Christine McVie, or Christine Perfect as she used to be known, died. Her death was announced yesterday. She was 79. It was a bit sad. So, but again, you forget just how old these people are. You know, none of us are getting any younger. So, yeah, sad news there. But more bad music news. Bros are going to be recording their first album in 3 decades. What do we do to deserve that? I shouldn't have to do this. And then they'll stop, and then there won't be any drilling until tomorrow at exactly the same time, won't there? Yeah. I've got performance anxiety now. Performance anxiety, and now the sun's shining on my face. This is rank amateur hour. This is just, I sit like that. Oh, now I feel like Peter Gabriel in the 80s. Hold the light, hold the light. Anyway, we're not really getting through the news. It's just I'm getting delayed. Did you watch 24 Hours in Police Custody on Monday night? It told you the story of Adam White, who chased burglars. Well, they attempted to burgle him, and he chased them in his car. They had an accident and came off their bike. Well, he lost all his money, his job, and he ended up going to prison. Right? He was jailed for 22 months over it. Again, he was wrong. He was wrong to chase them. However, it was equally wrong that they got away scot-free. You know, and he went down. They got suspended sentences because sending them to jail with their injuries wouldn't be nice to them. Seriously, that's what the judge said. What is wrong with these people? Well, anyway, everybody clubbed together, and I said this when we was watching. I said to the missus, here's a picture of Adam and Lindsay White, his missus. I said everyone is going to club together and start a GoFundMe, and they did. Here he is. Here's the CCTV footage of him running out after them into the night, and as he chased them. Again, these two scroats were career criminals. Absolute, the worst of the worst. And but yeah, what they've managed to do is they managed to raise £127,000 for them in how many days it's been since Monday, which is really good. And I think there needs to be an investigation into the judge who presided over this case, because one, he should have had a suspended sentence because he was remorseful and it was his first time, his first crime, and those two should have gone down because they were career criminals. It's obvious. Meanwhile, they reckon free-range eggs are going to run out by March because of the bird flu crisis. So you better start buying your eggs now. You can freeze eggs, apparently. Did you know that? Yeah. Meanwhile, good news. They reckon that Scott's backing for independence rises to 52% after Nicola Sturgeon's failed court bids to force a referendum. And they've done a little thing, look, with Rishi and Sturgeon's face on. Look at that. We'll get rid of those cursed Scots if it kills us. 52-48. Where have I heard that result before? What else have we got? What else have we got? We might have to end this. We might have to end this soon. We do have some court news. This is the story of Oh Young-soo, and he's a star of the Squid Games. I don't know if you've seen that. It's on the Netflix. Here he is. There he is. Well, he's in trouble. What's he done? Well, he's going on trial in February for sexual assault because he's accused of touching a woman, and he's been indicted. The 7-8-year-old has been indicted. The woman originally filed a complaint in December 2021, but they closed the case in April. But prosecutors in the prosecutor's office in Suwon, south of Seoul, reopened the case, investigated the allegations, which Young-soo has consistently denied. Well, that looks like his career's over. But again, here's another picture of him. He's smiling here, but I don't think he will be. I think he should offer the Mr. Magoo defence. Remember the Mr. Magoo defence? That's what he should do, because that's successful, isn't it? So yeah, it's not good. Not looking good for him. So will he be in Squid Game 2? Probably not. Tip tap tip. Oh, I can't do that. It's an animal cruelty story. What else have we got? Is there anything out there? It's pretty. Again, mind you, my concentration is a little bit pulled away here. Here we go. We go from one electric scooter rider to another, and this is the story of Owen Baggy. This is in Brisbane, in Queensland. That's in Australia. Yeah, Owen Baggy was on an e-scooter when Brisbane-based cyclist Scott Lewis was riding on a bikeway near him on the Western Freeway, and he caught him on his camera. And here we go. And this is the footage. Look. Apparently, right, he was going at 94 kilometres an hour. I don't know what that is in real money, without a helmet. Yeah, and he's lost his driver's licence for 6 months. Right? He told the cyclist he was travelling at 94 kilometres, but then later told the court he was 48. So whatever it was, he came off. He ended up coming off his scooter and crashed. He was riding a Dragon Warrior X11. Yeah. And he got a maximum fine of 575 Australian dollars. Are they dingo dollars? We'll never know. But there you go. They're crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Meanwhile, this is in China. This is at the Xintou station of the Shenyang Dalian Expressway on November the 24th, when this punter thought, well, he thought he was in the Dukes of Hazzard. Whee! Boink. Should we watch that again? Whee! Boink. There you go. Yeah, 50 foot in the air he went. But the driver survived. Isn't that amazing? He survived. But did he pay his toll? That's what we need to know. Did he pay his toll fee? It'd be funny if he staggered out and paid. But yeah, the case is currently still under investigation. Well, it's obvious he crashed into the toll booth. Maybe he fell asleep. I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. Meanwhile, let's go to Lubeck. Yeah, we go to Lubeck. That's in Germany, because they've managed to turn marzipan into an art form. Yeah, there's a big picture of the sculpture. No, there isn't. Oh, why is this? Why is it doing it? It's on the main news story. Yeah. They've got a marzipan museum in which this is a feature. Look at that. Yeah. Marzipan's their thing. No good for me there, though. I love marzipan. I love it. Love it. Right. I've come to the end. Kind of come to the end now. Should we stop there? Yeah, go on. Anyway, we do have an animal story. We're going to the London Aquarium. Forget the World Cup in Qatar. I keep telling you, go to the London Aquarium, because they've got some new stars. They've got these two rays who play football. Yeah, there you go. Back of the net, fishing net. See what I did there? Look at that. And that's what I call skill. So yeah. The little football that they're playing with is filled with food, and it keeps their keepers say it keeps them stimulated, keeps them interested. So yeah, let's watch them instead. There should be a live stream of them playing football. Shall I see if there's anyone in the chat? Because this is the worst one ever. This is. Oh, it's not my neighbour. It's the council that are doing it, Zeb. It's not nothing to do with them. There is no neighbours. It's empty. It's been empty since. Oh crikey! I don't know how many months now. But the council are in gutting it because they left it in such a sorry state. Again, that neighbour's kept many dogs, and we had fleas coming through the walls, which was nice. Luckily, Hannah at the time was well. Again, I looked after her. Plenty of flea treatments, so they never affected her. But I'd open my bedroom door, there'd be dead fleas in my bedside cabinet drawer. That's what we have to put up with. I don't talk about that though. But yeah, they've gone now, thank God. There are other stories which I could tell you, but you know. WhatsApp says it'll be okay. Volume went out because I was dipping it. Payne says, afternoon Darren, it's another cold day, but it is December. Indeed, it's the 1st of December, everyone. What, still hunting joke? Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can get away with that. Chris says, am I the only person who remembers the 90s when it was uncool to like Fleetwood Mac? Was that the first time when Lindsay Buckingham left? There was that song, wasn't it, by the Reynolds Girls, I'd rather Jack than Fleetwood Mac. There was that, but no one really cared. It was only the teeny boppers because they didn't even know what Fleetwood Mac was. But there are many versions of Fleetwood Mac to like, isn't there? There's the original, the Peter Green Fleetwood Mac. You know, then there's that weird period where they didn't know what to do with themselves. Then there's the Lindsay Buckingham, Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac, which is all right. And then there's the time when Lindsay Buckingham left. Then he came back. Then he left again. And then the guy from Crowded House is with them, and it wasn't very good. But people say it was, but it wasn't very good. You imagined it, Chris. Apparently they flopped all the way through the 90s. I don't think they flopped. I just think because they had some. So I just didn't have any hits. I think they still their tours still did well, didn't they? You just have never cared for them. You never cared for Fleetwood Mac. Peter Buck reaffirms that REM will never reunite. Never thought it was on the cards. Thomas says, good to see you're looking well. I'm always looking well. Why wouldn't I look well? Do I look unwell? What a peculiar thing to say. Chris says, I only say that because of the wide range of people paying tribute to Christine McVie. Even Jeremy Clarkson, who doesn't strike me as a Fleetwood Mac fan. Well, again, some of us were around when Tango in the Night was out. That was a massive album with some massive hits on. And again, I think people remember back to that. Again, I used to terrorise the customers and the fellow staff of Woolworths when I used to run the record bar there with Tusk. People that ask for Fleetwood Mac, they get Tusk. But there you go. Why only 10 viewers? Because nobody likes me. Come on, Thomas, don't ask silly questions. You know nobody likes me. Fasano says, good day, Darren. Nice animal story. Thank you. Have a nice day, and the same to you. Look, everyone's got to die. So, she was 79. She had a short illness, and she passed. This is it. Everyone's getting old. And a lot of these rock stars from that period, the ones that haven't gone already will start to decline. It's just that unless they, I don't know, manage to, I don't know, freeze them in amber so future generations can harvest them like Jurassic Park, they're all going to be gone soon. They're all going to be gone. And everybody, I look better. No, I've always looked like this. I always look like this. Why is everyone saying I look better? I always look the same. I haven't changed. What are you talking about? I'm still the same. I'm just more annoyed. I'm more angry. And the hate makes me look more handsome. And the sun on my face, obviously. Steve Howe will live forever. Well, he's the crypt keeper, isn't he? He died. He died in 1974. It was that macrobiotic diet. 79 isn't old when you consider how old the Queen was. Yeah, but I don't think the Queen did as many drugs as Christine McVie. All right, just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You know, the Queen wasn't noted for her rock and roll lifestyle. It's a poor comparison. Sty likes Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, well, no, it's a shame. Again, the thing about Christine McVie is she did tour with Lindsay Buckingham recently, well, last couple of years, and has been active. And there was a few documentaries over here on BBC, you know, about her career. So again, I think she was very much in the public consciousness here for those who like music and music stuff. So, and you forget, I think you forget just how old everyone is. You know, oh, SL's giving me €10. Thank you, SL. That will make me smile even. Look, just give me your money. Give me your money. I know people don't like it when I ask for your money, but give me your money. I'm trying. This is day. How many days has it been? Day 1, 2, 3. Day 4 of dog watch, and still nothing. Still nothing. No one is getting back to me. I've applied and emailed and applied. That's why I'm angry and annoyed and embittered, because I've been applying to every dog rescue place that I can find, and not one of the buggers is replying to me. And it's like, come on, I could give your dog a home. There are doggies that could do with a home, and I'm getting a little bit peed off with it all, you know, because I was hoping to get some stuff booked in, you know, some viewings booked in this weekend, and it looks like I failed. So, yeah. Paul Flint says, I'm 43, but everyone thinks I'm younger. I'm only 21, so, you know, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Good point about the Queen. No rock, sex, or drugs. Whereas her sister, Margaret, she was the rock and roll princess, remember? Oh, no. Thomas King's thrown £2 into the... This is good. I should do this more often. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, SL Music, as well. It's a shame they don't pop up on the screen. That's because I'm not clever enough. But what we'll do, right, is I'm going to do this. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to show everyone your contributions. There we go. Manually. Look, I do everything manually. I can't get Thomas's in. Wait a minute, let me just... there you go. Oh, well, what did I do? Ah! There we go. No, that's wrong. Over here. it all went a bit wonky then. Thomas says, you'll get a dog, keep going. Do you think? I might have to privately arrange something. There's a Labrador up in Chelmsford who's going for free. But I think he might be a bit big for me, you know, a bit big for this place. I'm trying to get something small. Well, medium-sized, you know. But, yeah, it's very peculiar how, like I said, I've been emailing and not a bloody reply. But anyway, that's why I'm annoyed and angry. And but anyway, if you like me, remember, I'm only 21. Paul Flint is skint. He's a skint Flint. There we go. Simon says, are the Royals racist? I don't know. I don't think they are. Do I own Tusk? How about a review? No, I'm not reviewing. No, look, I don't do music reviews anymore. Nobody likes them. I do this instead. People give me more money when I just talk about my misery. No, nobody wants to hear about my opinion on Fleetwood Mac. So That's it. Music reviews are pointless. I get barely a few hundred views. Go and watch one of those good ones who get thousands of views. Go and watch those guys. Don't watch me. I'm just going to waste your time. But no, that's the big thing at the moment. The Battle Royale is being racist. I don't really care. I don't really care. Does anyone care about the racism in the royal household? It isn't the royals. It's their lackeys. Again, some of them are very old. The woman in question that inspired Fasano to make this comment is something like 83 years old, from a completely different generation. Incredibly rude, entitled woman, I'd rather say. I think more rude and entitled rather than necessarily racist. Again, when you're in positions of power and influence, it can blunt you to the social norms that the rest of us are, are used to. Again, I'm quite interested in where people come from, but not where people come from, because we all come from somewhere. Again, if you trace it back far enough, we all come from Africa. You could look at it that way. And what she should have said, the lady in question, should have said, I'm sure my descendants came from Africa, like yours, and that would have shut her up, wouldn't it? Got to be smart. Got to be smart. But yeah, we all come from somewhere, but not necessarily the place we last was, if you know what I mean. Being obtuse there, because the drilling stopped. And it put me right off my news. It did. It put me right off. Thomas says, I'm 29 on Sunday. Wish I was 21 again. I'll wait till you get to 50. Chris says, why would I want to listen to what Rick Beato has to say? I want cynicism. I'm not a cynic. I'm just a realist. How dare you? How dare you? I'm a cynic about the real world. I'm a cynic about what's outside the window, but not about music. Well, unless it's certain musicians. Stephen Wilson. Apparently, Rick Beato says that Stephen Wilson is one of the greatest record producers of ever. What records has he produced? What records has he actually produced? What, Dark Side of the Moon? Brothers in Arms? Thriller? I don't think so. He isn't. That's a misnomer. That is completely wrong. Though I've not watched the video, I just saw the headline. I just saw the thumbnail because it appeared in my bloody suggestions. But anyway. Flint said, only like Diana. Yeah, she was mad. She was mad as cheese. Again, it's not about liking them. It's what they replace them with. President Blair. I don't want a president. No, I don't want another politico who's just going to do it for the money. Again, the royal family are stuck in service. This is why Harry ran away screaming, because he couldn't handle it. Because he wasn't tough enough to give his life to service. And he wanted the money instead, because Meghan said, hey, we could make more money by being us in like a reality television style documentary. And he went, that sounds great. I don't need mummy and daddy and their money. I'm going to go. And and that's why they're doing what they're doing. But I don't want to be a republic. And that's that. I was very anti-royalist when I was young, but as you get older, you see how corrupt the politicos are, and you go, I'd rather have those guys. I'd rather have those guys, because I know what they are. Whereas your politicos, they go, we're going to make your life better, and then but they're not. They're just going to piss the money up the wall and keep it for themselves. So, music keeps the world going, says Paul. And Chris says, Christ, I did watch some of it. Beato couldn't get a word in edgeways. Blimey. And Beato's fairly, mind you, again, I don't know. I don't know if I've watched any of his interviews. I've seen some of his talky things when he's had other musos on, and he's fairly accommodating. But yeah, maybe I should give it a watch. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've spoken too long. President Blair? I could imagine President Blair. Because, you know, or President Boris. We could have Boris back, couldn't we? Boris, Boris. I only say that because I'm mocking it, you know. I don't mean, no. No. I mean, they gave us the Mayor of London. And look at what that got us. Look what that's got us. We're not even allowed to vote on the Mayor of London, even though everything that person decides affects us here. Right here. Everyone within the M25 is affected by it. But there are parts of that M25, you know, circumference which we have no say. That's democracy. Thanks for playing. That's why I get annoyed, you know, because these people make decisions about our lives, but I get no say in it. I've got to put up, you know. Hey, Boris. Yeah, but at least you knew where you were with Boris. Anyway, like you did with Trump, you knew where you were with him. But don't mean I'm a fan of him. It just means, you know where you are with him. Anyway, I'm going to be off now. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. And they've stopped drilling now. I told you they'd stop. But tomorrow, about 12:30, they get their drill out again. It's like they know. It's like they just do it to make me miserable. Anyway, have fun. I'll see you tomorrow. Drink it up.